of that company, Ricky. Go over it.
I will. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day, and congrats if you attended the session last night. You guys picked up a few things which took me years to learn. Um, so SPY right now opening up a little green in pre-market, and our level is still 442. So as long as we hold above 442, I think we're fine. Keep that in mind that SPY right now is at 447, which is still 5 points down. Okay, so if it comes down 3-4 points, I'm not gonna panic. That's fine, right? I mean, as long as we're above 442, I think the uptrend continues. And also, I did some bear call spreads yesterday. For August 30th, 449 and 448, just on a minor pullback, or if the stock goes sideways. So when I did the bear call spreads above the money, I was getting a good value for them. It does not mean that I am bearish. Nope. It just simply means I think SPY stays near the top somewhere, or maybe gives me a small dip, or maybe it continues going up and then gives me a small dip for me to profit on those. So let's see how they work out. We'll follow up on those, obviously, right? So SPY for now is looking great. As long as we're above 442, we're fine. And then we got the tech, the Qs. 370 key was the break. 370 was the key, right? So if you've been attending throughout all these sessions, as soon as it took the 370, you could have played some tech names, such as Google, Amazon, whatever it may be, and now we have a nice little uptrend, right? So let's see how far we go on this, and I think we continue going slowly higher as long as we stay above 370. And I'm pretty sure we hit 400 sometime this year. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. For 400, I do see. Okay. Financials. So we broke out of this zone. We did get the 37 plus move. The move happened, and then near resistance, it gave up. And now let's see what it does. Here is really choppy. This zone right here is not something that I want to trade in financials. Why? Because it's very hard to predict if it's going to go up or down. There's no way of predicting if it's going to go up or down. You can do all your technical indicators, do whatever you want to do. You might catch a small moves, but it's very hard. But in this zone, there is no clarity here. Basically, you will be gambling away with your money. Okay, just know that. So in this zone right here, so for financials, complete avoid until they're above 38.60 or below 37 for more bearish action. Okay, but for now, it's just in a chop zone. Let's look at energy, what energy has been doing, XLE. So energy we played a few weeks back, a couple of months back, ever since we avoided. Why? Because it wasn't able to hold above, and then it gave up all the gains. And now this is a strong support, by the way, 46. It dipped below last week and then below the 200 MA, and then yesterday it was above the 200 MA and it ripped all day, right? And I believe they're up pre-market again today. So let's see what it does here, right? For me to get back in, I do want to see it cross over this zone right here, which is 50-70, right? So 50-70, I do want to see above this, and then maybe we can play this towards 55 or some small bounces in the names that XLE holds. Okay. And somebody asked about triple D. Triple D, guys, the 3D systems is holding the 200 MA, respecting, right? Nice little squeeze back in Feb, gave up some gains. It's been holding. Many charts look like this in the market. If you pay attention, a lot of charts look like this. They gave a huge squeeze, and then boom, it just gave up all the gains. Like the real level that matters here, to be honest, it's still far away from it. The real level that matters on triple D is actually above these levels right here, right? Which is roughly around 42-ish. So 42-ish plus is the real level. Here, you can try playing this trend line that is holding, and then maybe above a 30, if it gets going, you can play a bounce towards 35. Okay, a small play. Okay, so from here towards you can catch the $3 to $4 move towards 34. Now, some stocks I do want to go over is Baba. If you attended yesterday's session, we went over this, or certain things that I went over, were the biggest volume bar that we had. And today, finally, yesterday after market, SEC gave us some news that they'll include some new requirements for the IPOs and whatnot. That basically told me, okay, so delisting is out of the question for now. That means Chinese stocks are here to stay if they're giving them new regulations, okay, or new ways of their IPO. So means they still want them. They just gotta follow the rules that they'll give. So that's number one. As an investor, it increases my confidence buying Chinese names. Okay, like is safe. Now we have a huge bounce in Baba today, JD. Now two things. I was talking to LB. This could simply be a technical bounce. Who knows? Or there's positive news. Let's see if Baba can go above 180 today. Yes, Baba can easily go above 180 today if the bounce is real. Okay, if this pre-market gap is real, Baba should hit above 180 today itself. So another $10 for the day. Okay, or maybe it holds all the pre-market gains and then tomorrow we have another gap up and it rips. Okay, but the real Baba tell is still 218. So this 218 number that I've drawn, so 218 is still the level that I'm waiting for. Okay, so it's still like 40-50 points away, so which is a long way to go. All right, and JD, now Kathy has started buying this again. Now something about Kathy with JD, Kathy was buying JD in this chop. Okay, if you guys follow her stuff and if you guys follow everything from the last 6 months, Kathy was buying JD here and then she started selling JD here. This is the reason you don't follow anyone into any trades, because you don't know why she's buying a certain stock. And maybe she bought equity, she just probably broke even, while some people, oh, she bought JD, let me buy some calls. That's not how the stock market works. You cannot do that. All right, and now Kathy bought JD again here, right, which is a good indication. Right? Does she sell next week? I have no idea. All right. So all I'm saying is, I mean, a lot of fan following for Kathy. I love her long term. If I had, $100 million, I do some of her trades, equity long term, follow that plan. But playing options and what we do day trading, you cannot follow people like that. All right. You will lose money most of the times because her reasoning could be completely different than yours. Okay. But JD looks great. Above 80, JD can absolutely get all-time highs, right? Their earnings were great, I think, the record number of users, whatnot, and this can definitely be a long. And is holding great support right here, okay? So this is a very good support level, this zone right here. So the first target will be 72, 73, and then followed by 80. Anything above $80, then the positive sentiment in JD will be back, in my opinion. And the move can be fast, so let's see. Starbucks. One of my favorite stocks in the market. I think it looks great just by looking at the chart, and obviously, CMG gave us a nice little pump yesterday. It looks great as long as we can get above a 117ish. I think the uptrend continues. But here, if you believe that the long-term uptrend continues on Starbucks, this is a great place to buy some calls with time. Okay, buy some calls with time. All right. So as long as we can get above these levels right here for short-term plays, this is I'm looking at a daily frame above 115.50ish. You can see a move towards 117, which is a $2 move, which is a great for options. Alright, anything delta with 40 cents, you can make a 100% move on Starbucks. And then above this, we have the next level, which is 119, and then followed by 122, and then all-time highs at 126ish. Okay, but it must hold above 113. 113 is a must hold on Starbucks. 113 is a must hold. So if you like Starbucks, you can definitely buy like 4 to 6 weeks out, maybe 117, 118 calls, and see how they work in your favor. Another thing that you want to keep in mind, now 200 moving average is sometimes can def. So if we look at it, okay. So this is the 200 MA I have drawn. Starbucks can easily just maybe chill around here for some weeks, do something like this while the moving average catches up, and then it touches it, and then it bounces. So know all these scenarios. Sometimes it helps you just get the right entry. Okay, personally, this is what I would look for. So I would avoid, this is just my personal opinion, avoid here for the next 1-2 weeks. Let the 200 moving average catch up. When it's nearby, I would rather buy the bounce then when I might get the cheaper premiums and higher probability of success. Or maybe it bounces from here, I have no idea. I am okay with missing trades when I'm looking for more confirmation. Why? Because my chances of being right increases. Okay. Crowd, I'll be wanting to go over CRWD. Nice chart. He bought his equity at 60, I think, or something, and I don't know if he sold it. He sold it, right? But this is a very tough zone right here. With the pan W news you were saying, right?
Yeah.
So with the pan W news, obviously this can, if it takes above, so here I'll give you a number, right? This is a trade.
And Apple CEO, Microsoft CEO, Amazon CEO are going to the White House to discuss cybersecurity.
Okay, so Amazon, Microsoft, Apple CEOs, right? Satya Nadella, Tim Cook, and Jesse. They're all going to the White House to discuss their cybersecurity stuff. But CrowdStrike, I'll give you this number right now. If it holds about 270 for 1 or 2 days, 300 is coming. That's my opinion. So this is a trade in the making. If it holds above 270, it can happen this week, it can happen next week, maybe after 1 year, I have no idea. But if above 270 holds, 300 is not out of the question. I'll tell you guys this right now. And then obviously we have the NASDAQ news that they're
Thursday.
On Thursday that they're becoming a part of the exchange. Oh, for NASDAQ?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to look into that.
I told you, don't.
Zoom. Possible bounce play, right? A lot of support. This is nothing but just a bounce play from the support right here. And you can catch a move from 340-ish all the way to 364, a 20-point move. And if I buy options here, I would probably go with a stop loss, buy some time here. If it runs, great. If it doesn't, I stop up below the lows of Friday or Monday. Okay. And T entered QS, I think is up pre-market, great entry. And if you guys played Baba with him, some of you guys held, congrats. You're about to rip like 300-400% overnight. But Qs definitely can see a bounce all the way towards 24 bucks, right? These charts sometimes when they hold support, sometimes what the market makers do, they flush it below this support, right? To scare people out, right? And make them sell, and then they rip it right back up. So 24 is very likely on QS, so it's a very smart play by T, I think. So let's see what it does. And what else we have here? Jumia, we have Jumia. Jumia guys, we went over this yesterday, calls were up a lot, then they were down, and today at pre-market at the open, they will give a chance to exit in profit or break even. Personally, I'm just gonna hold because I do see 20 touch on Jumia this week. Okay, so let's see how that works out. And if you're with LB from yesterday, you're likely to be open more than 100% because you got them for really cheap. So those will be up double if you followed him. All right, and just manage your accounts, guys. Market is great. We're near all-time highs. Where's your account? Right? I mean, ask yourself, if it's not near all-time highs or if you're not maintaining it, then there's something that you're doing wrong, then there's something that you're not managing right. Understand that cash is also a position, and cash is one of the hardest positions to control and manage. Trust me, because your hands get itchy that you want to spend money, but you guys don't understand that cash is a position. Keep that in mind. And with this, I'll end it, and I'll see you guys back in the chat.